Good morning and welcome back, children. So, I was telling you that even after the chromosomal theory of inheritance, scientists all over the world believed that they had still doubt whether it was RNA or DNA or protein which was the genetic material. Right? They believed that the proteins could be the genetic material because proteins composed nearly more than 75% of the cell constituents. Right? Okay. So meanwhile, Dr. Frederick Griffith, was experimenting with Streptococcus pneumoniae, the bacteria which caused pneumonia. Okay. Now he was not he was not trying to find out which was the genetic material, no, of course, but he was working with Streptococcus pneumonia. Okay, right. So how did he perform his experiment? Okay. Now, there were two strains or varieties of the bacteria, the same Streptococcus. One had a smooth mucopolysaccharide coat and which appeared shiny. That colony had a shiny appearance and it had a smooth appearance. Okay, so that's why it was called as the S strain or smooth. This one, okay, S or smooth strain, and this could cause disease, the pneumonia disease, right? So it was virulent strain, whereas the other strain had no mucopolysaccharide around itself, right? So it was called as the R strain, and it could not produce the disease in living organisms. Okay, and so it was considered as non-virulent. Clear? Okay. Now how did he proceed with the experiment? He first injected the living S strain, into the mice, and the mice developed pneumonia and it died. Okay. Next he injected the R strain and injected into the mice, and the mice did not die. The R strain was non-virulent, so it did not cause the disease and the rat did not die. Okay. Next step, what he did was he heat killed the S strain. He saw that each and every bacteria was dead. He injected this heat killed S strain into the mice. Okay, now it was heat killed, so it could not produce the disease in the mice. Okay, and the mice survived, or mice lived. Okay, as a next step, what he did was he mixed the R strain. R strain was non-virulent. Okay, the R strain and the heat killed S strain. What did he do? He mixed R strain and heat killed S strain into the mice. And to his surprise, what did he find? The mice developed pneumonia and it died. Okay, and it was in the body of the rat, live S strain bacteria could be found. S strain was actually heat killed and it was injected, right? But live S strain bacteria was found in the body of the rat. Okay, now how did he explain this one? He concluded that some transforming principle transferred from the heat killed S strain had transformed the R strain, which was non-virulent strain, into what? S strain. How did it become into S strain? How can it become into an S strain? By developing a mucopolysaccharide around itself. Right. So something from the heat killed S strain had transformed the R strain into becoming S strain. Okay, that was how he explained his experiment. Okay, right. So this experiment was actually called as transforming principle or transformation experiment. Clear? So Dr. Griffith could not explain what was the transforming material. He just said something had transformed into something, he said, right? Okay, so he could not explain what was that. So Oswald Avery, Colin MacLeod and Macklin McCarthy, these three worked together to find out what could be what is the biochemical nature of this transforming principle. What material was that? What biomolecule was that which brought about this transformation? Right. How did they do it now? They purified different biomolecules from this rat. Okay. How did they do it? They used many digestive enzymes like proteinases, dRNAs, lipases. What is DNA, RNAs? RNAs was the enzyme which could digest RNA. Proteases was the enzyme which could digest the proteins. Right. So when DNase was used, what was DNase? DNAASE, right? DNase. What is this DNase, children? It could digest the DNA inside the cells or whatever it is, right? Okay, when DNA was used, this transformation did not occur. Okay, when RNA was used and RNA was purified and separated, still the transformation occurred. So what did they conclude? That it was not the RNA, not the protein, but actually it was the DNA which brought about this transformation into R becoming into S strain. Clear? So actually Griffith did not do this experiment to prove DNA is the genetic material, right? But after this experiment, it was proved that it could be, or it is the DNA which was the genetic material. Clear? Though from Griffith's experiment it was proved that DNA was the transforming principle, still the proof given by Hershey and Chase experiment proved that the DNA is the genetic material. Definitely it is the DNA which is the genetic material. Right. Now what was this Hershey and Chase experiment? Hershey and Chase, they grew some bacteriophage. What are bacteriophages? What are bacteriophages, children? Bacteriophages are viruses which grow on bacteria. Okay, they grew some of the bacteriophage in radioactive phosphorus. Okay, and some bacteriophages in radioactive sulfur. Okay, what was the experiment? They grew bacteriophages, some of them in radioactive phosphorus and some of them in radioactive sulfur. Now why radioactive sulfur and phosphorus? DNA nucleotide contain phosphate molecule, right? DNA has a phosphate molecule and the sulfur is a component of protein. Okay. Then after growing for some time, these bacteriophages were allowed to infect the bacteria E. coli. Okay, E. coli. After infection, the E. coli were gently agitated in a blender. Okay. See here, they were first allowed to infection stage, right? Then when a bacteriophage infect a bacteria, only the genetic material enters inside the host, isn't it? And the protein coat will remain outside. That was agitated and removed by blending technique. Okay, so after infection, the E. coli cells were gently agitated in a blender to remove the viral particle from the bacteria. Then the culture was centrifuged to separate the lighter virus particle from heavier bacterial cell. What is the next step? Then the culture was centrifuged to separate the lighter virus particle from heavier bacterial cell. Okay. So bacteria infected with viruses having radioactive DNA were radioactive. That is, the DNA had passed from virus to bacteria. Okay, and bacteria infected with viruses having radioactive protein were not radioactive because the proteins did not enter the bacteria from the viruses. Okay, so this is the three steps in the process of this experiment. The first is the infection stage, where the bacteriophages are allowed to infect the bacteria. And the second is the blending stage, where the protein coats are removed by blending. Okay, and the third step is the centrifugation stage. See children, here the bacteriophage, here inside this the RNA or DNA which has entered the bacteria do not have the radioactivity, because this bacteriophage was grown in sulfur, that is radioactive sulfur, right? Whereas here it was the RNA or DNA which has entered the bacteriophage was radioactive, because the DNA, that was radioactive because it was grown in radioactive phosphorus. Okay, so this experiment gave proof that DNA is the one which enters into the bacteria, and it is the one which replicates, and so it is the DNA which is the genetic material. Okay.